Your heart is beating right now without asking you first. You are not telling it when to squeeze. You are not telling it when to relax. Yet every minute it keeps working. It started before you were even born, and it will keep going while you sleep. So what is actually controlling it? The answer is hidden inside the heart itself. Your heart contains a tiny electrical system. This system creates signals that tell heart muscle when to contract. The main signal begins in a small group of specialized cells. They sit in a region called the sinoatrial node. Scientists often call it the heart's natural pacemaker. These cells can create electrical impulses automatically. They do not need a command from your brain for every heartbeat. That is one of the strangest things about the human body. Your brain controls countless actions, but your heart has its own built-in rhythm generator. Imagine a tiny drummer inside your chest. Every beat begins with a signal. The signal spreads through the heart. First, it tells the upper chambers to contract. Then the signal reaches another structure called the atrioventricular node. From there, the electrical message travels deeper. Specialized fibers carry the signal through the lower chambers. The ventricles then contract. Blood is pushed toward the lungs and the rest of your body. Then the heart relaxes, and the cycle starts again. Beat, relax. Beat, relax. But why can those special cells create signals by themselves? Their cell membranes behave differently from ordinary muscle cells. Their electrical charge slowly changes on its own. When the charge reaches a certain threshold, an electrical impulse fires.
Then the cells reset, and the process begins again. It is almost like a biological clock that keeps restarting itself. This happens thousands of times every day. A resting adult heart commonly beats around 60 to 100 times each minute. That means your heart may beat more than 100,000 times in a single day. Think about that number. You can spend an entire day doing nothing about your heartbeat, yet your heart is constantly working. And the strange part is this: your heart does not always beat at exactly the same speed. Your nervous system can change its rhythm. When you exercise, your body needs more oxygen. Your brain detects the changing demand. Signals from the nervous system reach the heart. The heartbeat speeds up. More blood moves through the body. When you rest, that demand falls. The heart can slow down again. This is why your heart can respond to the world without you consciously controlling it. Fear can make it race. Exercise can make it pound. Relaxation can slow it. Your heart has its own rhythm, but your nervous system can adjust the volume. There is another important player. It is called the autonomic nervous system. The word autonomic means many of its actions happen automatically. It helps control heartbeat, breathing, digestion, and other internal processes. One branch generally pushes the heart toward faster activity. Another generally helps slow it down. They constantly balance each other. But neither branch has to manually create every heartbeat. The heart already has its own electrical machinery. That machinery is why a heart can sometimes continue beating outside the body for a limited time, under controlled conditions. The muscle cells still contain the biological equipment needed to contract. That fact helped scientists understand something profound.
The heartbeat is not simply a command from the brain. It is a property built into specialized heart tissue. Researchers have studied this electrical behavior for centuries. In the 19th century, scientists began understanding that electricity was closely connected to heart activity. Later, electrocardiography allowed doctors to record the heart's electrical signals. The familiar ECG traces the electrical activity associated with each heartbeat. That simple line on a screen is actually a window into an invisible process. It shows that every beat follows an organized electrical sequence. And that sequence matters. If the electrical system becomes disrupted, the rhythm can become abnormal. Some rhythms are too fast. Some are too slow.
others are irregular. Doctors can detect many of these problems by examining electrical patterns. But there is something even more fascinating. The heart is not just a pump. It is living muscle with an electrical network built into it. Every contraction depends on ions moving across cell membranes. Charged particles move in carefully controlled patterns. Those movements create electrical changes. Electrical changes trigger muscle contraction. Muscle contraction pushes blood. Blood carries oxygen and nutrients throughout your body. So a tiny movement of charged particles can ultimately help power every thought, movement, and breath you take. That is an enormous chain of events.
And it happens continuously. You never have to remember to start it. You never have to schedule the next beat. You can fall asleep. You can dream. You can wake up. And the rhythm continues. But why did evolution build the heart this way? Because your cells cannot wait for conscious instructions. Your brain takes care of thinking, planning, and responding. The heart handles a different problem. It must keep circulation running continuously, even while your attention is somewhere else, even while you are asleep, even before your conscious mind fully develops. The system is remarkably efficient. A small group of cells creates the rhythm. A network distributes the electrical signal. Muscle cells respond. Blood moves. Then everything repeats. Over and over. For decades. Your heartbeat is one of the most reliable rhythms in your life. Yet it is not perfectly mechanical. It constantly adapts. Your posture changes. Your emotions change. Your activity changes. Your temperature changes. Your body responds, and your heart adjusts. So the next time you suddenly notice your heartbeat, remember what you are actually hearing. You are hearing the result of electricity, chemistry, muscle, nerves, and evolution working together. You did not design this system. You did not learn how to operate it, and you do not need to consciously understand it for it to work. Your heart began beating before you could even think about having a heartbeat. That may be the strangest part. The first rhythm that kept you alive existed before the person you call you could consciously exist. Every beat since then has been part of the same biological conversation. So why does your heart keep beating without you thinking? Because your body does not wait for your conscious mind to keep you alive. Some of its most important systems were designed by evolution to run automatically. Your heart does not need your permission. It only needs the right cells, the right signals, and the right rhythm. And every quiet beat is a reminder of something easy to forget. You are not consciously running your body. Your body has been running you all along.